Something is happening in KwaZulu-Natal, and it's bigger than most people realize. It's not just another news headline. It's not just another political fight. This time, we're talking about a high-ranking police officer who has risked his career, his freedom, and even his life to expose something he says is deeply wrong. We're talking about Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the Provincial Police Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, who recently made explosive claims about powerful people working with organized crime to sabotage the fight against violence in the province. And now he could be in danger, not just politically but personally. His bold move has sparked national attention, divided political circles, and raised difficult questions about who is really in control of the criminal justice system in South Africa. This is not just a story of corruption. This is a story of courage, risk, betrayal, and a country at a crossroads. So let's break it all down, clearly, carefully, and thoroughly. To fully understand why Mkhwanazi's actions are so significant, we need to take a few steps back. KwaZulu-Natal is no stranger to crime. For years, it has struggled with violent murders, political killings, taxi wars, drug trafficking, and gangsterism. And while many provinces face serious crime issues, KZN has consistently ranked among the deadliest, especially when it comes to politically motivated assassinations. For over a decade, activists, whistleblowers, counselors, and even police officials have been gunned down, often without any meaningful convictions. Communities across the province have long suspected that some of these killings are carried out with the support, or at least the knowledge, of powerful people who sit in government positions. There have been reports of local politicians hiring hitmen to eliminate rivals, and some arrests have even confirmed links between councillors and criminal syndicates. But what's made it difficult to stop is the belief that some members of law enforcement are also working with these syndicates. That's the backdrop against which General Mkhwanazi made his allegations. Earlier this year, Mkhwanazi addressed the public and the media, making it clear he had reached a breaking point. He said that a special police task team, which was set up to investigate political killings and organized crime, had been deliberately disbanded. He claimed that this decision came from high up, from the police ministry itself, and that there was no valid reason for the unit to be shut down, especially when it had been making progress in solving difficult cases.
But he didn't stop there.
Mkhwanazi went even further, saying he had evidence that certain top police officials, along with members of the justice system and government, were actively working to protect criminals. He said a whole network exists, a criminal syndicate, that stretches from the streets into the heart of state institutions. And he suggested that these people are using their positions to block investigations, silence honest officers, and make sure certain cases never see the light of day. The shockwave from these claims was immediate. Minister of Police Senzo Mchunu, who was directly implicated by Mkhwanazi, denied the allegations. He called them baseless and damaging. But the political heat was already building. The president, Cyril Ramaphosa, was forced to act. In a dramatic and rare move, he placed Minister Mchunu on special leave and appointed an acting minister in his place. He also announced that a commission of inquiry would be set up to investigate Mkhwanazi's allegations in full. This was seen as a serious development, as commissions of inquiry in South Africa carry legal weight and have previously played important roles in exposing wrongdoing, like we saw with the Zondo Commission into state capture. Supporters of Mkhwanazi praised him for his bravery. Many in the public expressed hope that he could be the kind of honest leader South Africa needs, someone willing to speak out against corruption, even if it comes at great personal cost. A hands-off Mkhwanazi campaign quickly emerged online, with citizens warning the government not to touch the general or try to remove him. But behind the scenes, tensions were escalating. Some reports suggested that there were already moves to isolate or sideline Mkhwanazi within the police leadership. And given the seriousness of his claims, many fear that he may now be targeted, not just politically, but physically. After all, this is a province where whistleblowers have been assassinated before. Others have raised concerns about the way Mkhwanazi made his claims. Some say that going public in such a dramatic fashion, surrounded by armed officers in a media briefing, was risky and possibly even irresponsible. They argue that proper channels could have been followed quietly. But others point out that in a system where corruption runs deep, there may no longer be any proper channels left. When powerful people are the ones protecting criminals, then speaking out publicly might be the only option left. And in this case, the public reaction shows that people are tired of secrets and lies. They want transparency. They want accountability. Now, all eyes are on the Commission of Inquiry. Will it be truly independent? Will it move quickly? Or will it be delayed and buried, like so many others before it? That's the question hanging over this whole situation. If the commission is effective, it could bring long-awaited justice and send a message that no one is above the law. But if it's slow or manipulated, it could deepen the crisis and fuel even more mistrust in government. President Ramaphosa faces a tough decision. He must balance competing interests, cleaning up the system without tearing apart his political alliances, especially in a fragile post-election period where the ANC no longer holds a majority. Meanwhile, opposition parties are watching closely, with some already demanding stronger action and full parliamentary oversight of the inquiry. At the center of it all remains Mkhwanazi, a man who was once just a police official, now turned into a national symbol of resistance. Whether he will survive politically or even physically depends on how the coming weeks unfold. The danger is real. The stakes are high. But what he's done has sparked a conversation that South Africans desperately needed. About justice, about power, and about whether it's still possible to believe in the system. Because in the end, this story isn't just about one man. It's about all of us. About whether we still believe that truth matters, that fighting corruption is worth the risk, and that our country can still be saved from those who seek to destroy it from within. So now I turn it over to you. What do you think about Mkhwanazi's actions? Was he right to speak out so publicly? Do you believe the commission will actually deliver justice? Or do you think the system is too far gone? Let me know in the comments. I read them all, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to stay updated on this story and others like it, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is a story that's far from over, and I'll be here to keep bringing you the latest developments with clarity, honesty, and depth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.